42 most fucked up things ever eavesdropped, according to Reddit. Number 42. I caught my dad choking his chicken when I was in high school. I woke up really early and went to get a drink. I walked down the stairs and saw the TV was on and playing one of those commercials for Girls Gone Wild. I looked at the couch and my dad was jerking it, but didn't notice me because my dad was pretty old and had bad hearing. I didn't know if he saw me, but I rushed to the bathroom and stayed quiet in the dark until I thought he was finished. Alone. I felt bad for him and wanted him to at least finish, but single dad, best single dad in the world, and I miss him, and I always laugh at that memory of him. Oh, he dead, Stripes.
Well, it's good they could laugh. I don't think I could laugh at that.
Somebody says I read that as choking on his chicken, and I was deeply concerned. Somebody said I was deeply concerned about why you ran away.
That's pretty good.
Number 41. I was sitting next to a cutesy couple in 10th grade English, and I saw her mouth the words, "I'm pregnant." I can see the plane crash going through his eyes. I'm sure there is a worse, I've heard, but my memory is that of a goldfish. What are the responses here, I wonder? The top response is, did you finish the reading last night? I'm pregnant. Sure, but what about the assignment? Unbelievable. Number 40. My boss fucking the secretary in the break room. Wow. A response reads, did they not realize that you were still there, or did they not care? And somebody else says, I'm trying to eat my lunch here. You know what I mean? Somebody else replies, okay, boss, Jesus, you don't have to yell, implying that the secretary is the one saying that. Stupid. Number 39. Heard my dad telling my mom that he paid for the full version of WinRAR. Wow.
What's WinRAR?
What's WinRAR, Stripes? WinRAR is a program that you use to unzip RAR files.
Oh, you mean the one that keeps asking you for you to pay for the full version, but no one ever does?
Yes, but no one ever does. Didn't I have to send you the exe for WinRAR one day?
Yes, you did.
You don't know shit about the world. Number 38.
That's why I have you.
I found out my dad has a single ball, like one testiclat.
Testiclat?
Testiclates. You know, people are going to be wondering why I'm being so sleepy voiced, and it's because I have to keep my voice down, or the Germans will find me. You know, I'm just.
Why would they be after you, Kyle?
It's a joke implying that you and I are in an attic, and that your real name, Stripes, is Anne. And I don't mean to be frank with you, but it should have been a reference that you got. You know what I mean?
That's a very big jump, Kyle.
Just as long as you don't jump rope up here, because they'll hear us upstairs. All like Hitler, says somebody, responding to the comment. How weird is it that a Hitler joke was made when we didn't even we were building the stupid Anne Frank reference for a joke. Number 37. In an elevator in France, a couple talking about some fucked up BDSM that they were planning. I was only 13, in an elevator with my stepfather. Both of us had been speaking English, but unbeknownst to the couple, both also speak French. We didn't discuss it after, but we both knew we'd understood. Number 37. I've been bitten in the nuts by 2 separate Scottish Terriers. What a thing to overhear. I've never wanted to chase someone down the street to ask her to hear the rest of the story so bad in my life. Why didn't they chase him, I wonder?
Would you engage in a conversation like that?
What do you mean? If I'd been bitten in the nuts by 2...
No. If you overheard someone say that, would you confront them about it, or just try and overhear some more?
look, whenever I'm forced out into public scenarios, like, I'm always wearing headphones so I don't have to be a participant in other people's lives. So if I did hear something like that, I'd probably just try my best to pretend that I didn't hear it, because to be completely honest, I could probably build a story that sounded crazier than whatever the hell they were gonna tell me. So why don't we just
I enjoy people watching, honestly, because it's the only time I get out of the house. I want to enjoy my time out, even if that means living vicariously through other people.
Honestly, with I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it, Stripes. Like, you watching people would just turn into people watching you. Number 36. When I was a little kid, like 5 years old, I really wanted this stupid stamp set in the Family Dollar. My mom and I walked there for her to buy tampons. We found both in the clearance bin. I overheard her talking to the lady at the cash register when price checking them about how she only had money for one of the items, and that she was going to try to buy me the stamp set over the tampons that she needed. I'm 21 now, and I never told my mom that I heard that. She always pretended that we had enough money, but we would skip meals or give up her stuff to make sure that we had enough, and it breaks my heart to think about. I know it's not super fucked up, but still. Your mommy cares about you and your stupid nerdy egghead crap. Stamp collection. You fucking Number 34. Who knows if it's 34? A very young girl gave her mother a picture she drew as a gift while on public transportation. The mother then rudely rejected the gift. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that really stilts.
I drew a picture for you. I don't want it. Get out of here, you stupid kid.
That's heartbreaking. What if she
really gonna
stopped?
be wondering why I'm so quiet, but like, we can't get caught, Stripes. If we get caught recording in here, we are screwed. You know what
Should I make my voice as gravelly as yours then?
Gravelly? I just have to keep my voice down, because you know that if I speak at anything other louder than this, then my voice will carry. You know it. You know it'll rock the freaking foundation of this stupid ass building, and people will be like, "Wait a minute." Oh my god.
Does that mean your fellow people that are down there with you would probably kill you before the Germans do?
Don't try to build onto the nonsense that I have, because it's just going to make us both confused. You're probably already confused by the one thing that you know what I mean? The response to what we just read says, "Man, that reminds me of the time that I gave my mom a pretty heart necklace for Christmas, and she rejected my gift because it was real diamonds."
Why didn't she want real diamonds? Is it like a humble thing? She didn't think she was good enough for diamonds?
Maybe she didn't feel comfortable with her kid spending money on something she really didn't want. Nigga, I don't know what the hell's going on there.
All I know.
Look, it confuses me to think about, because if the kid could afford real diamonds, what the hell was this little nigga doing at 15 years old where he was capable of that, besides selling drugs, right? Unless they came from like a really wealthy family, and maybe he got like an allowance.
He saved up his allowance.
Sense. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I got
Go back to the kid.
What?
I want to go back to the kid that like tried to give a drawing to his mom and she didn't want it. That kind of stuff would make a little kid stop drawing altogether, and that makes me really sad. It
That's
could have been.
I was with drawing when I was younger, and they took away my folders at school. I was just like, fuck this. Y'all are crushing kid spirits, one heart at a time. So
Don't worry.
What?
I will reignite your passion for drawing one of these days.
If you ever send me a tablet when I need a new phone, I will kill you. You understand me?
I do it because
I'll kill you with the tablet. Okay.
I do it because I want you to.
I'll shave it down. I'll fashion it into a pointy little edge.
You'll be so good at it.
Like, hey,
you'd only give it a try.
You know, talking about get it in there.
Is this what I'm paying you for?
Nobody understands that reference. You can't do that kind of crap in here. Look, the next one says, college dining hall. Me with my best friends, 5 or 6 of us maybe. Boy at the table next to us starts bragging about something. He's clearly an upperclassman, like over 21, so while it could have been a party, it wasn't likely. So we start to eavesdrop. Little by little, we're just getting angrier and angrier. He's bragging about how he adopted this kitten and tortured it to death.
No.
His buddy has got it all on camera, just going on and on about what he did to this poor animal. My buddy is a huge cat lover, and we basically had to restrain him. Reports were filed, and the phone was seized. One nice twist to the story is that the cat torturer was caught, and a rapist was also caught. A rapist, you might ask?
Was that also on his phone?
The cameraman had taken phone videos of him drugging and raping girls at a local bar. So 2 criminals were caught, I guess. Damn, baby. Wow. Well, you know, that's what's up. This list, you know what I mean? Most fucked up things you've ever eavesdropped on. Damn. You know what I'm talking about? Blah, blah, blah,
It
blah.
delivers.
Oh my
I gotta
God.
say.
Yeah, look, I'm about to read a book, so buckle the fuck up. I really hope that people, you know, just calm down and enjoy me keeping my voice down. After all, this is easier for you to go to sleep to, isn't it? And that's what everybody wants in this bitch-ass fucking video.
I can hear the vial rising up inside of you, Kaya.
I'm gonna fucking kill somebody one of these days, you know, send me a phone. When I was 17, I went to a music festival called Warped Tour. Nigga,
Warped Tour.
we've heard of it, okay? Why did he say it in a way where it was like, you kids don't know, but back in my days, I used to go to this. It was called Warped Tour. Oh, and we would have to bring our own stuff and smuggle it in there, cause it was too expensive.
Are you gonna read the whole thing like this?
No, I didn't.
No,
That was
please.
me making it up as well. Oh God, listen. Which was punk music for kids who grew up in the suburbs. There were a bunch of tents with various vendors in the festival village. Can I click this nigga's like user history really quick to just see if he writes other shit for other dumbass fucking, because this is so long-winded and is kissing my ass. Like, this guy's some kind of asshole faggot and he's starting to piss me off. Ask Reddit. Who is this guy? He's posting in news, posting in Ask. Nope, this is like his 3rd top rated comment ever. He posted something to something called Petty, a subreddit called Petty Revenge. You believe that? You believe there's a subreddit called Petty Revenge?
Can we check that out later?
Nigga, hey, it's your funeral. You want to check out Petty Revenge? We can do that later. Just put it next to the milkshake porn bookmark. God, let's just get through this. This is unbelievable. And one of my friends decided it would be a good idea to buy a bowl glass pipe for smoking pot for the uninformed. I didn't find out until later that when he bought it, he asked the guy working the tent if he had anything he could buy to go in it, and he got some weed from a total stranger. So anyway, he comes back to the group, and we don't know the backstory of how he got this stuff. He just offers it to us, and we all pass it around. I noticed that it feels different, but I didn't smoke that often, so I kept my mouth shut. Then my friend said that they wanted to see this band, Flogging Molly, on the main stage, but I wanted to see a different band that was playing at the same time, so I walked off by myself. About a minute later, as I was walking, shit starts to get fucking weird, homie. My eyes start to ring, my vision goes white, and eventually turns like negative. And what I am able to hear over the ringing starts skipping like a record in my head. After what feels like an hour, but was probably 20 seconds, I realize I'm super fucked up, and there's no way I'm making it across the fairgrounds to the other stage, since basically I can't hear and I can't see, so I start to freak out and I freeze in place for a few minutes, trying to figure out the next move. I knew that from where I'd started about a minute ago, the EMT medical tent was right next to where we were, so I slowly, from my memory, make my way back there, but being effectively blind and deaf upped the difficulty of this 100-foot journey. I eventually made it and started yelling for their attention from the doorway of the tent. Later, I found out that there wasn't anything blocking my path, and I could have just walked in. Excuse me. And also my mouth was moving, but no sound was coming out. Anyway, they notice me, realize I'm messed up, take a bunch of vitals, and decide that I need to go to the hospital. My hearing starts to come back, and I try to tell them that I don't want to go, but the dude yells at me and says my blood pressure is so low that if I fall asleep, I won't wake up, and I stop protesting. Plus my voice was still not working, so the protesting wasn't exactly very effective. They load me into the ambulance on a stretcher, and my hearing starts to fully return, but it's replaced by the immobility. Kill me, nigga, kill me. I'd rather fucking die, knowing that at the end of the stupid ass story, I'm not gonna have a phone that can play Pokemon Go to walk outside and do shit that's not reading this horny, fucking, endless shit. After a few moments, I hear them load the kid in next to me, and he and the EMT are just chatting. I want nothing more in the world than to turn my head and see this once-in-a-lifetime thing of a kid whose eye is hanging out of his face.
Ugh.
But I'm completely immobile at this point and can't turn my head, so I listen to their conversation since there's nothing else I can do. After a few seconds, the kid notices that I'm laying there, and he says, "Hey, what's wrong with her?" And the EMT says, "We're not exactly sure, but she took some bad drugs." Then this kid, whose eye is literally hanging out of his face, and he's holding it in his hand, says, "Damn, she's messed up."
So wait, is his eye actually out of his face, or is she just?
His eye was hanging out, and he was holding it in his hand, and she was really screwed up on bad drugs, so she was too, effed to be able to.
Yeah, but like, I'm inclined to think that this is just part of the trip and not actually happening.
You're free to believe whatever you want, Stripes. You know what I mean? The next one says, when I was a senior, my boyfriend and I had our own apartment together. I also happened to be pregnant. I was in a ceramics class one day. There was a mixture of grades in that class, and I heard 3 sophomores talking. One had a baby recently, and they were saying stuff like, "She only got pregnant to be like you. She's copying you." And the girl would say stuff like, "Yeah, I know. What a fucking bitch. That's so low."
God forbid someone live their own life, right?
Girls and their cliques. Uh-oh. So here's another one. About 11 years ago, at high school, one of my friends found her father hanged in the backyard. This is what I'm talking about. They were a really nice family, and he was a great guy too. They had these cafes at libraries, and the food was great. But his wife had an affair with her personal trainer, and he probably knew. They had some financial issues as well. He arranged his clothes for the next day, as he did every day. It was a shock for everyone. We were in the middle of class when we discovered it. We gathered ourselves in the school's coordinator, and after some discussion, he let us leave early to support our friend. She was in shock, complete disbelief, wasn't even crying. The funeral was arranged for the next day. His family flew from another state to say their last goodbye. It was scheduled to 3 p.m. and after the priest's speech, he avoided any hell citation of some sorts, just said something about disturbed souls and their path to heaven, and they started burying him, and the widow starts to cry really hard. Then I overheard one of his relatives, probably his sister. What the fuck she thinks she's doing? She killed him. Oh my god, I hate her so much. It's not as fucked up as the others' comments, but suffering and hate mixed together made this day really unforgettable. Wow. Somebody says that's a little over the top, but not completely unreasonable. How is that shit over the top, nigga? Like, some people pour themselves into their mate because they trust them and they believe that this is the person that they can be made happy by as much as they can live their life to make happy. So sometimes when that trust is shattered, You know what I mean? That person feels like they can't trust anything, and that everything that they've done up until that point is a waste. So even though, yeah, this dude made the choice to take his own life, this bitch did kill him because who she led him to believe that she wasn't who she was. And they had a kid together, man. Like, that shit blows my mind. We're going on to the next one, Stripes. Mandatory not me, but someone else story. So this guy boards a bus in Mexico City and overhears a pregnant lady talking to a friend. Apparently the girl had a boyfriend named Roberto. She had cheated him several times, and the baby was actually his brother's. Oh my god, this is like a freaking what's the word? Novela.
A novela.
Yeah, it's like a novelas. The baby was conceived 4 months before, after a quinceañera party. Oh my god. Maria.
This is too Mexican.
And the brother had refused to recognize the baby as his own. That is not my baby.
That's terrible.
Since they shared the same gene pool, the girl had decided to marry Roberto without telling him the truth. So the guy was eavesdropping. So the guy who was eavesdropping reaches his stop and leaves the bus. He then posted a Facebook status with the whole details and asking people to reach out to any Roberto who fit this story. The post became viral within hours, even spawning a hashtag stating, "We all are Roberto." You know what I mean? Holy crap, this is making me blush, dude.
Why? This is too good for you?
This is juicy, dude. What? And I love that the internet intervened in
Came
favor
together.
of justice, dude. Because women
Justice
are
for Roberto.
awful, dude. How you gonna make somebody raise a child that's not their own when you were unfaithful? Women are fucking dogs. Stripes. My God. Not all of them, obviously, but holy crap. Where is your soul? Where is your soul? You cheated. Please appeal to anybody that you know named Roberto. The hashtag "We Are All Roberto."
They ever find him?
After 2 days, a guy comes out and claims to be Roberto and says he would not marry the pregnant girl and that he punched his brother.
That's not really the satisfying ending I was
It
hoping
is for me. Somebody's reply says, "I gotta find this Hermano guy." Oh my god. So the next one says, "I picked up the house phone excuse me, to find a conversation already in progress, and that's how I learned that my stepdad was having an affair with his brother's wife." Jesus Christ, the world is disgusting. This is how I found out that my mom was having an emotional affair while my dad was deployed. She never actually did anything with the guy, but she did go see him a few times. Nigga, she did stuff. Calm down. I picked up right as the guy was telling my mom, "When we were younger, I used to fantasize breaking the law of chastity with you." Oh God, Mormons. Ugh, moving on. The next one says, "Sat on a bus home from a work a couple of years back. An attractive young lady, blonde, in her 20s and dressed in smart business gear, got on and took a seat. If you had seen the state of the bus, usually you'd understand why she caught my attention. Anyway, I think he's implying that the buses you typically fill of old, ugly motherfuckers. That's what I'm trying to say. This is an ugly people
No,
bus.
they
What
could
are you
just be
doing out
old.
here? What are you
They
doing
could
on the
just
ugly people bus?
Old people.
You know, there's a pretty bus ticket that they get. You know what I mean? Wait, whoa. You're too pretty for this bus. Anyway, she picks up the phone and starts having a full conversation. The biggest 180 on a first impression I've ever had. She starts talking about her 2 kids who gotten taken into care because her and her ex couldn't stop beating each other up. The cracker of a quote was, "I'm not even sure they'll let me keep the one inside me yet." Oh shit. And this was the soundtrack on a silent bus. Not really eavesdropping when it's so in your face, but shocking all at the same time. This fairly normal 20-something revealed openly her mental home life. Be funny if it was a prank video. Like, you know, she's just on the bus talking loud to get people to go, oh my god, you know what I mean? Here's another one, and it's a freaking doozy, as usual. I just fucking find a gun and kill myself right now. Like, you know what I need to get is a revolver and constantly just, you know, just spin
What?
it.
Turn the chamber
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
people concerned.
You know what the worst part is? We're both so out of touch that we don't even know the name of the game that people play where they like spin the thing and they shoot themselves.
Oh, that's fuck.
Exactly.
Oh, it's I can do this.
I'm gonna type it in. Nope, I'm gonna type it in.
It's
What's the name of that one in the chamber? I don't know. The revolver game with one bullet. Name. Russian roulette.
fuck.
What's wrong with us?
I knew it, but I couldn't find the word.
What is wrong with us? But yeah, no, I should just get a revolver and play Russian roulette every time I see some shit that pisses me off. And, you know, can you imagine just hearing like a gun trigger?
Yeah, like one of these days we're gonna be on call with you and you're like playing with your fucking gun.
You're like spinning like
I'm gonna witness your death.
And then when I pull the trigger and then like everything's fine, you just hear me go That's so dark. Okay, let's go. Certain regions of San Francisco can be best described as suburbs with metropolitan delusions. Many of these so-called apartments that you'll find in those areas are little more than basements or garages that have been converted into living spaces, often by employing some rather creative geometry. I lived in one of these units, and the in-laws, as they're called, for about 2.5 years, and during the latter half of that time, a too-thin wall made me the unwitting witness to both the beginning and the end of a marriage. The people in question, Mary and Aaron, were a tall, red-headed woman and a short Asian fellow, both of whom were supposedly devout Mormons. Their marriage announcement website, which my girlfriend discovered by Googling our neighbors shortly after they'd moved in, offered a fairy tale-like retelling of their meeting and their courtship, which seemed to have taken only a handful of months. It was also revealed that neither of the newlyweds had ever lived on their own before, that neither of them were employed, and that their rent was being paid via a joint effort by their parents. Still, they were in love, a fact which they proved time and time again with their obnoxiously loud sex. Man, they seem like they live in the dream life. Their parents are both living for them to live together, alone. Why can't my subs pay for me to live alone? This isn't the disturbing part, but I feel a certain compulsion to explain the sound of this aforementioned lovemaking. It would always begin with a long, slow moan being offered by the young woman, then grow in volume as her husband found his voice. Before long, his grunting noises would be the only ones audible, and anyone who happened to overhear would find themselves wondering if he was enjoying himself, crying, or trying not to throw up. Each session would end with Mary asking a muffled question, and Aaron responding with a harsh laughter, and then the telltale whine of the shower turning on. In a way, that routine was the first sign of trouble. Now, this brings me back to the parents paying for their room and board here. What if they were paying to get them away from them because for some reason they were doing this in either of their houses? Could you imagine? It wasn't long before Aaron took to criticizing Mary about everything under the sun, oftentimes shouting in a heavily accented English, "Your family isn't refined." I once heard him say, "You think a fun time is going for a walk? No crash. Theater, fine dining, that's crass." Speaking personally, I doubted if the fellow would know crass if it bit him. Mary initially argued back. It doesn't say crass, by the way, it's spelled properly. But as the weeks progressed, she became quieter and quieter, up until the day when the two of them started discussing baby names. The sex stopped after that, and Aaron's rants got longer and louder. He made it very clear that he looked at Mary as being a possession and a worthless one. My girlfriend actually tried to connect with the young woman on more than one occasion, even going as far as to offer her refuge in our apartment. Nothing ever came of it, and by the time that their son was born, oh no, all of the couple's affection was gone, and the others... From the other side of the wall, they brought a kid into this. Aaron would squawk about Mary's appearance, about their screaming infant, about being pressured into finding a job, or about anything else that entered his mind. The noise got so bad that other people in the neighborhood actually complained to our landlord. Aaron blamed his wife, of course. Things went well and truly to hell after that. The sounds of slaps and blows landing would prompt my girlfriend and me to call the police, and Mary's barely stifled sobs became something of a soundtrack for our entryway. Aaron would explode, attack, then apologize, always with some excuse or another that made the wife out to be the real villain. Mormon literature about being a dutiful spouse got mistakenly delivered to my mailbox on a few occasions during the time, and I often contemplated switching it out with pamphlets for the local women's shelter. To be honest, the only thing that stopped me was the fear that it would result in another beating for Mary. Throughout it all, the ever-worsening story was audible to me from only a few feet away. I don't know how the relationship finally ended because I moved to Louisiana before it reached its conclusion. My girlfriend was a pretty good idea of what happened, though. Upon returning home from work one evening, she was greeted by the sight of several police cars on the street. Mary was speaking to two officers, her son held in her arms, with a look of defiant strength on her face. Her abuser was nowhere in sight. Again, I wasn't there to see this, but I fully believe the description, just as I've chosen to believe that Aaron never went back to that apartment. Good riddance, if you ask me. Too long didn't read. I overheard the beginning and the end of a marriage from the other side of a too-thin wall. Kyle, I love the way that you read that story. Just kidding, I'm asleep. I didn't make it this far in your freaking video. That's my impression of like the typical subscriber. Unbelievable.
I think you should put this in a Reddit collection. Just this story.
Man, what am I gonna do? Edit it out of this? You want to hear my impression of an imaginary subscriber?
What's that?
I love you, Kyle, and I want to support this channel. Here's $1 to your babe. I'm kidding.
Is that all 15,000 of them?
What 15,000? That was before the subscribers were purged. Oh, here's another one, and it's short and to the point. My brother breaking up with his girlfriend. I learned from their conversation that they used condoms for sex, even though she was pretty allergic. Oh no, the girl was allergic to condoms. Oh god, oh gee.
Wait, what happens if you use a condom and you're allergic to them?
Then you fucking have a reaction. You either get like rashes or like you break out or something. When you're allergic, nigga, you're allergic. That's
I'm not
so
allergic
bad.
to anything.
What?
I'm not allergic to anything, so this is really...
Good for you. You may not even know what you're allergic to. You better hope that you don't find out. Better hope that you don't find out. The response says, my vagina got scared and filled me with fear at reading that, and I'm a man. Gilbert comment. Oh my god. Here's another one. I don't know if this qualifies, but it should. I was a photographer at a wedding, and while the bride was getting ready, I heard two bridesmaids in their mid-20s talking. One said to each other about how she had recently found out that beans, probably the baked variety, were not bits of potato, as she had always thought. Nigga, they're beans. Kind of dumb broad. The first day of high school in a new town in a new province, and I'm just trying to convince myself that there will be normal people. The very first thing I walk past is someone saying, I will do coke or mushrooms, but not both. Well, damn, that's a typical school right there. You know what I'm talking about?
So wait, like at the same time, or like you can only commit to one drug?
No, he's saying that he will do either or, not both. How is that not clear?
Still not clear.
We need like something to smack you with sometimes, some stripes, so people can hear it through the walls and be like, "Oh my God, that Asian man's at it again. What you mean you don't get it?" My dad's
I
girlfriend.
don't have any grass.
Oh my God, stripes, not bad. No grass. Oh God. My dad's girlfriend is a special education teacher. We're gonna get caught, man. We gotta keep our voices down. I heard her telling my dad about a student she had with Down syndrome. The kid had a pretty shitty parents and lived in the rough part of town. No grass.
Are you still on that?
Anyways, he never brushed his teeth, and as a result, his teeth were rotted and he had to get them all pulled. He was given pain medication, but his mother ended up taking all the pills herself. Oh my God, the boy would be in so much pain in class that he would have to be taken out of class because he couldn't stop yelling. He yelled so much that the stitches in his mouth ultimately ripped. As far as I know, the boy still lives with his mother. I don't know why nothing was done about this. It makes me angry. That's the way that the world works sometimes, man. That's the world that we are living in, unfortunately. Oh, Child Protective Services, why can't you save the world? Here's another one. Worked at a summer camp for a few years. I'm convinced that the kids don't realize you can hear them even when you're in the same room. Literally 3 feet away unless you're actually looking at them. Best conversation I ever heard was between 2 9-year-olds. My brother is totally going through puberty and he's only 11. And somebody else said, lucky? And then the kid said, I know he even has armpit hair. And then the other kid said, if I had armpit hair, I'd shave it off and glue it on my face. And then the other kid goes, wow, that's a great idea. Well, there you go. Kids be acting like, people can't even hear them. That's that confidence that we wish we could, harvest and bottle. We could use it. I'd be a millionaire. I'd be
Are you saying kids should be in...
What?
We should cage libs and put them in labs? Like mice?
We should just rob a bank. We're gonna rob the bank. We're gonna buy stock in Pokemon Go, and then when it goes up, that's when we sell it. We sell. You get it? Yes, genius. So
it's too bad we can't play Pokemon.
What? Oh yeah. Okay, here's another one. Me, a male, was traveling with a friend, a female, through Honduras, and in the hostel that we were staying at, we met this cool Australian lesbian. One morning, they were chatting right next to me as I woke up, but didn't immediately get up and start talking. I realized that they were talking about me, my friend who I had known for a few years and had a friends with benefits thing in the past, was telling her that she thought I was transgender.
Oh.
I'm not, the guy says. It was really strange to hear someone tell an almost complete stranger her opinions about my own personal transgender identity. Faggot. Ultimate wing woman. Yeah, she was probably just trying to set up a threesome. You know what I'm talking about? That's a girl one. That's like she's a real bro. Anyway, here's another one. Not fucked up, just sad. Around 2004 or 2005, I was at a meeting, and during a bathroom break, I heard 2 men talking. One had a brother who was killed in 9/11 attack on the Pentagon. Shortly after the attack, the brother's widow gave birth to their second child. A year or so later, the mother died of cancer. The man speaking adopted his brother's kids. He and his wife had never planned on having kids, but they stepped up to raise them. It was a big adjustment, but he loved the kids and was doing the best he could for him. That's a real hero, man. That's a real hero. You know what I'm talking about? Cancer is the real asshole here. Fuck you, Cancer. Here's another one. Was once walking behind 2 really...
I like how you're not giving them numbers anymore, as if you might have lost track.
Were you just trying to call me out on losing track?
No, Gaia.
Yeah, gonna start calling you out on all the brain cells that you losing, as if you could lose more. I just think of like there's like this Family Guy skit where I think all the brain cells are dead except one, and he pulls out a book to read, and then his glasses fall off, and he's like, "No, there was time now," which of course is a reference to an old Twilight Zone episode that you've probably never seen, because God forbid you know anything about the world around you. So here's the next one. Was once walking behind two really good-looking girls in the street, and I heard one of them say to the other, "I was so constipated yesterday. I just wanted to get it out with an ice cream scooper."
Ugh.
You should have seen the
Who
way
talks that way?
Maybe she didn't want to be maybe she knew that some guy was walking too close to them, and she's rehearsed the perfect phrase to get people away. Maybe she announced that to get this guy to back the fuck up off them. A response reads, "My mother recently said that she's been constipated for so long that it felt that she had appendicitis, and she practically needed a jackhammer to get the shit out of her ass. Thanks for that, Mom." Here's another one. "My husband and I were at McDonald's. We took our son to the play place to try and let him burn off energy so we could finish grocery shopping. A mother was in there with her 3 kids. One by one, she would make each of them sit down and was interrogating them. 'Where did your dad sit at the spring concert? Who did he sit by? Did he sit by Mason's mom? Did he talk to any of the other moms? Was he laughing and smiling when he talked to Carter's mom? Did you guys come right home afterwards?' She was writing it all down. Each child was not allowed to go play unless they answered her questions." Well, as long as she's getting to the bottom of this, you know what I mean? This comment, of course, was brought to us by the user Batchat Crazy. Sometimes you gotta be in the mood to hear about a bat that chat. Batchat, baby Batchat. Ugh, I hate it when parents use kids in a messy divorce. Here's another one. "As a young child, maybe 8, I overheard an older woman talking to a friend about uterine prolapse. I was terrified by the image. I was sitting on the toilet and it just fell out. I had to push it all back inside."
But why?
What do you mean, but why? Do you know what uterine prolapse is?
No. Does...
Oh, nigga, you don't want to know. Okay.
Wait. Do their like parts of their organs fall out of them?
You damn right, baby. You damn right, baby. And it's not something that just happens to certain people. This shit is so much more prevalent than you think. It happens a lot. Okay?
It'll never happen to me.
You better hope so. You also thought that no bugs would crawl in your ear. They did. They did. Come out. Bugs in her ear. Come out.
That happened once.
Bugs. You know what they say? If something can happen once, it can happen again. Here's another one.
I don't see you sleeping with earplugs on.
Because I don't need to. Bugs ain't trying to get in my ear. It's never happened to me. It's not going to happen to me, baby. But it happened to you. You must have that juicy earwax. Delicious. It's like a billboard for all these bugs that are just like, "Oh man, how am I going to get my vitamins and minerals? Got to get inside Stripe's ear hole tonight." Here's another one. A bunch of junkies planning how they are going to rob someone for money to get their next hit. I got out of there real fast. Here's another one. I was upstairs in church at the organ loft through music on a quiet weekday. Downstairs, I heard a conversation going on, so I peered over the loft railing and saw the pastor sitting in a pew talking to a young female. She was telling him that she was strongly attracted to the church's deacon, a single guy in his early 30s, and wanted to know if he would introduce them. I could tell that the pastor got flustered because he had eyes on the deacon to become a priest, not to date women. For her part, the girl told the priest that she wanted to save the deacon from a boring life of celibacy. Like, what the hell? Like, pastor, I want to fuck his brains out. Let me try this. And if he still wants to be a priest, you've got a really devoted man. Ridiculous. Here's another one. I only had her so I didn't have to go to work. Oh my God, that's what a mother would say about a child that they're having.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. My mother about my younger sister. Turns out that as I got old enough to need less supervision, my mother realized that she'd suddenly be expected to actually make financial contributions like a normal person. That clearly wasn't for her, so she accidentally got pregnant again. Took me a long time to realize what I'd actually heard. Wow. People are pointing out a page called Raised by Narcissists, which is another subreddit. We should check that out someday.
Why not right now?
Why not shut up, Stripes? This is killing me already. Like I told you, I wanted a fucking revolver, so I could just be spitting.
Day by day, Kyle, you get a little more abusive towards me.
It's not.
Take it.
It's not coming. It's not directed at you. It's just directionless fury. You're the only target in the vicinity. You're the only recipient. So
should I be flattered?
What? Nigga?
Should I be flattered?
Dude, you can take whatever and spin it into whatever as usual. You are crazy, Stripes. You are crazy. When the police showed up at the door to tell me that my upstairs neighbor was dead, I overheard the EMT say, "We're going to have to double bag him." What? Then I heard my neighbor's double-bagged body being dragged down the narrow staircase because the stretcher wouldn't fit. Thump, thump, thump. Jesus Christ. Why double bag? Was he particularly running with juices, or like, was he really, really stinky? I don't understand. Why would they have to double bag a body? I hope that somebody asked this question. For what it's worth, the EMTs and police were also upset about having to do that. About having to double bag? Somebody says, honestly, based on my EMT friends, they're pretty desensitized to that shit. Nigga, aren't we all? Police officers, yeah, they were probably a little fucked after that shit. EMT/paramedic, they crack jokes about that shit and it never really affects them. They are the first responders to the most fucked up shit. Just the other day, my friend was joking about how the guy who got in a car accident was scalped and they thought he was dead. They thought he was dead, so my friend walks up and goes, "Holy shit." The victim was still alive and coherent. Looks up and says, "Is it that bad?" My friend just kind of chuckles and says, "Well, you ever see those old westerns where the Indians scalp the cowboys? You look like one of those cowboys right now," or something along those lines. They both had a good laugh and he assured him he'd recover. And they'd get him out of here. Nigga. We need to ask more EMT questions on Reddit.
I'm sure it'll happen.
I'm sure it has happened, and we need to just, look for them. Here's another one. I was a waitress, and I just took an order from a table of students that were all over 18. One of them seemed pretty dim with the questions she was asking me, but nothing too stupid. One of her friends ordered a duck gyoza. As I walked away, I heard her friends ask what a duck was. And them start to explain. How do you get to be over 18 and not know what a duck is?
That's heartbreaking.
Only because ducks are the best thing in your life, aren't they, Stripes?
I think they're the best thing in anyone's life, Kaya.
Shut up. Ducks are stupid.
No, they're not.
Okay, don't fight me. Sorry. I was at Disney in high school and I heard a guy say to someone, "You're tiggity, but ain't good enough to eat. So put your shoes back on." You're tiggity.
What's a tiggity?
But ain't good enough to eat, so put your shoes back on. I'm 35 and still have no idea what that meant. You're tiggity, but ain't good enough to eat, so put your shoes back on. Your pussy is tight, but it's not good enough to eat, so get along.
Huh.
You're tiggity, but ain't good enough to eat, so put your shoes back on. Your pussy is tight, but it's not good enough to eat, so get going. I once overheard by my grandmother talking on the phone. I learned that she has another child that no one in the family knows about, including my mom, who is supposedly an only child. Someone else responds, I went to my great-grandmother's house one day and this lady was sitting on her couch and introduced herself as Evelyn's daughter. Hold up, I'm 20 and never seen you before. My grandmother quickly swooped in and said we needed to talk. Turns out she was in love with this guy, but he was too old for her, so their parents decided to marry her off to this younger brother and trade some goats. What the fuck? For the marriage. She wasn't happy and fucked the older brother and got pregnant, and they had to give the child up for the younger brother who wouldn't marry her. Honestly, what the fuck, nigga? To be completely honest, this whole story has lost me in a capacity where it's like I don't care enough to think hard enough to try and make it make sense to me. Edit for clarity. Evelyn is my grandmother. You dare mock the son of a shepherd. You can edit Nettie references in here. Not the most fucked up thing, but it gave me a chuckle while sitting in a mall bathroom. Here's a brief summary of what I overheard from two kids in their late teens saying in the men's room. Oh, trans like men being women and stuff? I thought you was talking about a translucent people, invisible man shit. Nah, dude, men becoming women. So like dressing like women? No, actually becoming a man or woman. Chicks becoming dudes too? How does that happen? Not just wearing different clothes. The second kid explains in vulgar, innocent way only a kid can the process. What? They can do shit, but they can do that shit, but they still can't hack the iPhone. I gotta agree with the iPhone kid on that. Stupid. Here's another one. Sitting behind two teenagers on a train, a guy says to a girl, "You let him come inside you?" And the girl says, "Well, not all the way." I finally understand teen pregnancy. Not all the way inside me. Hey, are you halfway pulled out? Yeah, it just comes like kind of in there, but you know what I'm talking about? Not all the way in there, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. It's just a little bit in there. Alright, cool, that's cute. Don't come all the way in there, get that Loch Ness monster, give me about 350 to come inside of there. I had a friend say to me when we were 18, well, how much is sex? Like 2 to 3 inches? How deep does he have to be for it to be actual sex? Pretty sure I had a dumbfounded look on for 5 minutes. Here's another one. An old Jewish couple was arguing at the grocery store about whether or not they should buy X brand of cookies, even though Y brand was 50% cheaper. The man said if he had married Edith instead of his wife, Edith would have let him get the nicer brand of cookies. His wife replied she could have married Xavier and actually been wealthy and not living in a rat-infested apartment. Oh shit. Get Jewished, son. I like to think that Edith and Xavier ended up being together after the assumed respective breakups with the other couple. They lived in a nice rat-free apartment and get the good cookies. Oh my god. I was listening to two of my kindergarten students talk about Christmas the day before break. One asked, "Do you believe in Santa?" The other replied, "Yes, but he doesn't come to my house because I'm in foster care." Oh shit, that's so sad.
Oh, that's so sad. Wait, do you think someone like that works in the foster home told him that?
I just stopped thinking about it as soon as it was sad. So I don't even know. You know? Maybe one of the kids told him. Who knows? Like Santa comes to normal houses, but he can't come here.
So, what if you live in an apartment or a trailer home? Is that not a normal house?
You know, if I had that revolver. Somebody responds, when I was first put in foster care, there was a house in Sheboygan all the foster kids could go to on Christmas. The owners, who I think were foster parents when they were younger, had all the rooms stuffed with animals, teddy bears and such, and the husband would dress up as Santa, real beard and everything, and the foster children were allowed to roam the house and pick out 3 stuffed animals to keep. I got my very first stuffed animal when I was 6 and named him Christmas. I'm 30 now, and my 8-year-old son now has Christmas in his bed. I know it isn't much, but that little act really helped me feel like I was wanted. Real life heroes, man. Here's another one.
That was really sweet.
I'm a really sweet guy. So, here's another. Overhearing a girl had a huge crush on in high school sophomore year talk to her friends about her boyfriend fisting her so hard she shit a little on his arm. The level of my crush on her deflated a bit after that. A bit, this dude says. What kind of life are you living if you already getting the full hand puppet treatment at 15? Hand puppet. Live fast and die loose.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Overheard my wife saying, "You look really handsome, babe." She was on a FaceTime call with a guy she was cheating on me with and didn't hear me come in early from work. Still the hardest thing I've ever heard. I listened in the hallway for a few minutes, then packed a bag and left. 10 years of marriage. And we have a 2-year-old. It's pretty insane. Edit. Thanks for all the love. I moved out. The divorce is final. In October, she moved in with him. Life's rough sometimes. It still gets better. Nigga, I'm really gonna want to kill myself at the end of this fucking shit, seeing all these unfaithful sluts. Jesus Christ. Oh God. Here's a reply to this. I caught my now ex-wife at a dinner with another man holding hands. My children in the booth beside them. I'd been at work and got off early. She saw her car on the way home at Logan's. The dude nearly shit his pants when I walked up. He got up and tried to stammer something. I turned and looked at her and then our kids and told her she should be fucking ashamed. 10 years of marriage and 2 kids. What is going on? What is going on? Get me out of this list, Stripes. I woke up around midnight on Easter when I was about 6 to hopefully get a glimpse of the Easter bunny, only to hear my mom crying to my dad on the phone. They were divorced, to come get my brother and I because she has no money to get us chocolate. She was hysterical. I went back to bed and pretended to be surprised when my dad showed up in the morning to get us. He told us that the Easter bunny had gotten mixed up about what house we were going to be at. Oh my God.
I don't think that's so bad.
It's not the end of the world. It's just like, when did this turn into like the
Well, I
guess
if that's the way you find out the Easter bunny doesn't exist.
See, I would normally go load up oh look, a little picture of an otter.
I can't see that, Kyle. I'm on
Is that
Discord.
an otter?
Yeah, I'm on Discord, Kyle.
I know, but the otter looks such a cutie.
I bet.
I really can't enjoy anything on the internet until I get a better phone. Everything is about Pokemon. Well, we should wrap this video up and try not to get caught. We're in so much trouble.
It was nice knowing you.
It was nice knowing me. Like, I'm not gonna kill myself here. What's wrong with you? I hope everybody enjoyed this video. And if not, well then hopefully I can find that revolver. Is that a good way to end the video? Come on, what do you have to say? Let's go to Stripes' Twitter. Stripes. Good. See all of the cute crap that you're always drawing. Who's this fat one?
Fat one?
There's one eating a pizza, and it says boy. The shit you draw is insane, dude. Look at his face, Stripes. What are you doing? Look at his
What
face.
am I doing? He gave me no prompt, and I just asked him what he doesn't like on his pizza, and he said pineapple.
Look, man,
So
the next stream you're gonna be drawing, and like if this is the shit that comes out when you quote have no prompt, you know what I mean? I need more of it, because something about the look on his face is just like, I need more pizza. It looks like he's responding to someone saying, don't you think you've had enough? Oh my god.
Well, the way I look at it is that he's unhappy that his pizza has been desecrated with pineapples. But you can interpret anything
But he's still gonna eat it, I bet, looking at the size
He's still gonna eat it.
Yeah.
He's still gonna eat it.
Oh my god. Well, that's the end of that video. Bye.